peeps, this is Liz Davidson from Beyond Solitaire Books, and I wanted to follow up on a subscription box that I have been trying out and then I made a video about previously, and that is Used Books Monthly. So I'm just going to say up front, I decided not to keep the subscription, but it's not that they did anything bad exactly. I got 2 more subscription boxes after the first one that I showed, so I'm going to show you the contents of those, and I'm going to talk to you about why I made the decision that I made. So the first batch of books I got are going to be in a video that I'm just going to link below in the show notes. And then I got another set of 4 the month after. And here is what I got. The first book I got is called Absolute Truths. It is by Susan Howich. I'm not really sure how to say your name, but it's basically a drama about faith and morality within the Anglican Church, which actually is something that I'd be totally interested in. This is never a book that I would have bought myself, but as somebody who likes church history, I actually will probably enjoy this when I read it. I haven't ended up reading anything from these boxes, which is one of the reasons that I knocked out the subscription, but we'll get there. So, looks pretty interesting, pretty cool. I also received a copy of Compulsory Happiness by Norman Minea. This looks like it's like a novella with some short stories. It's probably interesting, and I will definitely read it at some point. I got a book called Changing Course, which what this looks like is a book about a woman who basically drops everything in her life and lives on a boat now, which does sound pretty cool. I might have been more excited if it was about van life. I confess I watch a lot of van life videos on YouTube. But this looks like sort of an interesting little dive into somebody else's life. And so I was excited to read it. Then the fourth book I got, if you've watched the first video, you'll know one of the books that I received the first month was Unbroken by Laura Hillenbrand. So they must have a lot of copies of this because I got it twice, 2 months in a row. The good news is that they have great customer service. So I wrote to them and said, hey, I got this book twice. Can I get a different book next time? They were super cool about it. They were like, yeah, can we just include a book for you next month that's like an extra one in your box? And I was like, absolutely, that's fine. I got plenty to read. They were super cool about it. And then the next month, they actually sent me 6 books instead of the 4 that I had ordered, which I really did appreciate. I thought it was a good gesture. So I'll show you what those are. So one of the ones I got was called House of Shattered Wings. This is about sort of a messed up dystopian supernatural Paris. And while based on the cover, it doesn't look like something I would have picked up on my own, I did say I was willing to read paranormal. What they sent me was well within bounds of what I told them I was willing to read, and I would give this a shot at some point. They also sent me a couple more kind of military thriller type books. So they sent me another Dale Brown. I didn't love the first Dale Brown that they sent, but I didn't hate it either. I would definitely give him another try. They sent me a Stephen Kuntz. I've actually never read one of these. I'll probably save it for an afternoon when I want to just have a nice relaxing time and read something really entertaining. They sent a Nordic crime novel called Silence of the Grave. This actually looks pretty cool, and I will definitely read it. I think Iceland is sort of an interesting place, and this is a crime novel that is set there. So it should be a pretty exciting, chilling, as it were, read. They sent The Watery Part of the World, which is, I think, a novel that is going to blend past and present and be sort of a heart-wrenching contemporary sort of thing. And I mean, it looks good. I would read it. And then they sent me another book that looks pretty interesting, 13 Hours. It's basically a memoir about what happened in Benghazi. So all of that is reading material that I would at least consider reading. It looks reasonably entertaining. The books are all in good shape, and I really liked that they handled a customer service blip with grace and were really cool about it. So why am I not subscribing to this service anymore? I think the main reason is that even though they're sending me stuff that doesn't look bad, they're not sending me things that I'm personally interested in at the moment. And like, how could they? How would they know that? It's the idea is that you get some random books to try out that are relatively within your interests. So right now, that's just not what I'm interested in as a reader. I'm a lot more interested at this moment in picking my own stuff to read, in kind of reading on themes that are interesting to me in this particular point in time. And that's something that Used Books Monthly just can't do. It's clearly a service that is for people who kind of want to grab bag and they're not sure what they want, and maybe they want to just try something fresh, and they're on the lookout for novelty or for a book that they wouldn't have chosen for themselves. So Used Books Monthly sent me stuff that was well within the parameters of what I said I wanted. They sent me things that were well packaged, things that were in good condition. I had a good experience with the company and with the subscription, but because it's just not what I want right now, I decided to cancel it because why would I spend that money on books that I don't want to read at this moment when I could be putting my money into books that I want to read right now because I'm super excited about them. I don't want to end up with a backlog of things that just look okay to me and that I feel like I have to read just because I have to read them. So Used Books Monthly, I would say it's a good service. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's just not for me at this particular moment. So hopefully my experience and what I've been able to tell you will help you make a decision for yourself. And no matter what you're reading, I hope you really enjoy it. Have a great day.